This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Like the title coming up on the
He had
screen?
been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, this is me now? Okay. Let's see how this goes, I guess. Okay, sorry, Mr. Narrator. I have to turn up the mouse sensitivity, because that is atrocious. Okay.
His co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can I open these doors?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Really?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Should probably not touch stuff. Can I close this door? No, I can't. No. Oh, I can open and close that one. This is weird. Hello, Mr. Box. Nothing in it. Very weird office building.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, I get it. This is one of those things where do you go with or against the narrator? You know what? Screw the story.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, I just wanted to ignore your story.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
You know, I'd like a drink, but the vending machine doesn't seem to work. That's unfortunate.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
What, are you getting sassy with me? We're just sitting here. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Wow.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room
Had enough of
and
you
took the first
and your
open
sass.
door on his left to get back to business.
You know, you were kind of rude to me. I don't know if I necessarily agree with your tactics. Fine.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Don't screw you. Don't be so bossy with me. I go where I want. Oh god. Welcome to Aperture Laboratories, where we go 50 stories underground.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
What if I want to go in this door? Oh, I can't. Okay.
Oh, no. No,
Jeez.
it's to the right. My mistake.
Listen, Mr. Narrator, you're supposed to know this.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now,
Are you looking
see.
through your
So
script
it
right now?
Right, left,
This is terrible.
down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Are you sure about it this time? Sassy narrator doesn't even know where he's going. Oh, whoa. Whoa.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay. We just have to get back to,
I'll close my eyes while I look
am I
around the
kidding?
room completely.
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable.
Wait, where's
How
me?
about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
What are you gonna do about it if I do?
From the top.
Nothing. Oh. He actually restarted. Did he? Or am I just somewhere else now? Oh, no, we're back here. He's not saying anything.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ooh. Boop. So this is interesting. It's like if I take that path again, does he know? Is it like an Undertale kind of thing where the stories are continuous? Whoa.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on.
I
Why
absolutely
am I
did.
asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago.
Yeah, you wrote the
I
story,
know
you
for
should be in
sure
charge
that
of
it's
it.
here somewhere. Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the story.
Let's not do that. I wanna go, like, try to go back the way I came. Ooh, I can. Or not. Whoa, what? I'm confused. Like a maze? Because I think I just finished it.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Can you not? This is
Well, I
actually
find
pretty
it
interesting.
unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this.
No, it
Okay,
can't.
let's give it a shot. Why not?
Because I said no. I don't consent. Are we good now?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It could
Stanley
mean that you're a
decided
bad
to go to the meeting
storyteller.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I do not miss memos. Okay, so it is all the same, because it's the same computer I turned off twice now. There's no doors this time.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Or are you acting like we're friends now? Okay, fine. I'll go along with you. I'll forgive you for being so sassy in that meeting room. Whoa. What? Okay. It's over there. I wanna go over there. Why don't you let me open it?
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
Wait, what?
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay,
Wait, we
let's
turned-
head back the other way and retrace our steps.
But we turn. Wait, hang on. There's one right, two rights, three rights. What? No, I'm done questioning it. Nothing else has made sense so far.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
Yeah, neither do
Is this
I.
the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is
Your
that
story
correct?
sucked.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
It is.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
No, you don't. Okay. So, I don't understand. Where's the end of this if he just keeps restarting it? Is there, like, actually a way to win? Did I win it? Was that it? Oh, dear God. What is that?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line.
Fancy.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I don't know. Pretty complicated. You know, I'll be friends with this line. Yes! The door's open. No, I want to go this way. Why when I click is there keyboard sounds? Oh, that's weird.
You
Okay.
see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Good thing the line is
Though,
courteous
here's a
with
thought.
S's.
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even
Yes.
if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
This is hurting my head.
Okay, Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
I don't...
Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yeah, please. I agree. I agree with this completely. This line is strong.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley,
Yes.
this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
You're kidding. Like, this is a joke, right? I can, like, screenshot it? There, I guess. Good enough, alright, let's follow the drunken, broken line. Wait, what?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I'm confused. If I go, like, the actual way, though.
Still missing the doors. Did we make a mistake following the line? Perhaps we could have found the story on our own.
Maybe. What if I go back to my office? Nothing. So I guess I have to go this new way? Oh yeah, looks better now.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Okay. Well, this is interesting. And it's back again.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
We're
We're
us
intelligent
adventure.
people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
Because you
Something
can't
exciting,
make stories.
daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Because you probably have, like, things here that aren't good for people.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go
Can our
wild.
story not involve...
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Can that involve impossible geometry?
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Don't acknowledge it, it's all over the place. There it goes. Bye, friend.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere. which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Whoa. Well... I don't know. Should I listen to him this time? I'm honestly confused. I guess that ending wasn't actually it. I am so lost. This game is too much.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can I get back in here?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Sure it does.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you, take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you. Just the graphic in the header, and there was some bevel on all the text. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Wow. Okay. I have to. Oh, thanks, door.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I refuse.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
There's plenty of reason. We got a wrench, another wrench.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
I'm
He wasn't
standing.
even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I can interact with the door. This is fun enough.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
It's more interesting
Please
than your
offer
story.
me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because I'm genuinely confused too, and this is the only safe boundary I have.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Then why do you have so
I never
much...
would have thought to mention it.
Then why do you have so much dialogue around it? Everything else
Maybe
is
to
scripted.
you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite."
It doesn't sound like
I
that.
hope your friends find this concerning.
My friends are all asleep.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only
Wow.
got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Okay, only one of those three things was correct.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to
You
decompose.
can wait a few hours.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay, fine.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
I did that bad.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Is that it? There is no actual broom closet ending. Okay, fine.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I can deal with this. Ooh. Aw. Can I use this computer? No.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code
Well, you
by
gave me the
sheer
code.
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ooh, button. temperature science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. This song's probably copyrighted and I probably should stop.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
No, I just feel
Why
hungry.
did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Because normally I eat.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
Well, yeah, because I can go get a bagel.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Fine. Just because it's piqued my interest.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Hey, we've been
What
here.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I have the strength of 20 man bears. Or 20 bear men. Either way. Button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their
Let's
true
see.
nature revealed. Each bore the number of an
Hey.
employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
Hey,
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Freedom means everything. You don't even know. People.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
No.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I am own man.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
No. I believe I'm okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
But... do you actually give me this option? Because I could, but at the same time, like, if I could control this? Oh no, I was trying to click on the
Oh,
tape.
Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Off.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Sure it does.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Yes.
I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
Because
that this video game can be beaten? Won? Sold? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
If you could tell me, that'd be great.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along.
Sure
It's
it is.
just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Is that it? Well, I think this is a good place to stop. Me and the narrator have both killed ourselves at this point. And, yeah. I think we're good. Try again next time, I guess, because apparently there's a million options here. We'll see what we can get next time. Shall we?